Wednesday. We are the Angry Dandelion Show. I am Thumping Loud, joined as always by Super Kim Guru and my butthole sewn together.
It's a real nice butthole, though.
Mr. Constipated himself. What's going on, guys?
Just hanging out, being a butthole.
Looking lovely.
That's it, man. Just hanging out.
Yeah, pretty much. That's about the same across the board, right?
Found me a limited release 75-minute IPA today that's been brewed with maple syrup.
Nice. I found me a PBR in my refrigerator that's been sitting there for like 2 days.
Nice. That's rare, dude, to find one of those.
So true. So true. What about you, Guru?
Coffee.
Which I brewed yesterday and decided that I would drink tonight.
Nah, brewed
like
30 minutes ago. I need to make more.
Ago.
Yeah, and I need to make more.
Do you K-cup or make real coffee?
Depends on my mood. If I'm doing that after death coffee, I brew it on my own.
You didn't get the K-cups for that?
No. I use like this other mountain stuff for K-cups.
Yeah.
Fucking hipster coffee over here. Get yourself some Maxwell House and call it a fucking day. Either that or Speedway has great coffee for dirt
dude.
cheap.
that after death coffee is so good. Like me and Thump were watching
Cranky Canuck?
Yeah, Cranky. And he was advertising it, I guess, in a way, showing that he got it.
God rest his soul.
Mm-hmm. Showed that he had that one of the shows that we were watching, and I was like, I gotta try that. That just sounds really freaking good. And it is.
And he got it, and as soon as he got it and had his first cup, he was immediately into a group to talk to me about, that stuff is really that good, man. He wasn't lying.
Yeah. Freaking wakes you up real quick.
Just floating in space, and we froze on YouTube. But we're getting
all right.
Yeah, technical difficulties like always.
It seems to be all right now.
Yeah, I was going to say YouTube usually pops that stuff right on through, and we don't have much to worry about. Facebook, on the other hand, has been getting everybody for the past couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have.
I would like, did y'all hear that the 8-Bit Bros met Mom Pulley and decided to be on Chopping Crock?
Who decided to do what?
Long story, needless to say, Mr. Gully's not on anymore.
Right.
Not with us. And he's on this new thing called Chopping Block TV.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it yet?
I saw the logo on his stream when I pulled it up for a minute the other day.
You should totally go watch some of their other material.
Oh, yeah? Why is this?
I mean, because you deserve to laugh, too. You need chuckles in your life as well as everybody else that exists ever.
I guess. I mean...
Is it funny ha-ha or funny ho-ho?
At points, both. There's even a couple hee-hees in there.
Not the hee-hees.
And I possibly even got a whoa out of it.
Evil laugh, huh?
It seems to be dedicated completely to the horror genre. For every other show on the network except for one.
Interesting.
That would be Mom Pulley on Chopping Crock TV, where all the onions and peppers go into the crock pot at one time.
Okay.
I'm digging that background, though.
Like I said, man, I'm going full on Iron Man. I'm just floating in space tonight.
Waiting for somebody to save you?
I'm surprised you didn't redo
Having
your
deep
letters
thoughts.
when you did that.
Having deep thoughts. Yeah, I should have made him Iron Man letters.
Kind of surprised.
Call me.
So you're
You
talking...
can call me Sony Stark.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe we should try to get on Chopping Clock Radio.
Can we not?
No. No. No.
I love the expressions on that whole, all three of those no's.
Yeah, they just kept getting worse and worse.
Exactly.
Every time I thought about it, it was just like definitely more of a no. Like that was a solid hard no by the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
why does Mrs. Pulley need any platform, to be completely honest with you?
I do not know. To be honest,
it seems to be that the Mom Pulley show draws most of its viewers on Facebook.
all by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, best of luck to her.
Yeah, on her new venture
Yeah,
on the Chopping Crock TV.
it sounds like a wonderful experience to behold. I will probably not check it out ever.
Oh, but you really should, especially the one that comes on right before the Mom Police show.
That sounds like a lot of work.
I'll just post the link in Discord one day while it's happening. I'll be like, here you go. It's on.
I'll be like, oh,
Check it out.
That's on the other monitor, though. Means I gotta take my mouse pointer and move it all the way across. Dude, that's,
I don't know.
That's like
I will
30
say-
inches.
So much work.
Guru, do you like B movies? Do you like the screamer chicks of B movies, like the classic screamer horror girls?
Depending on the horror movie, I mean, but not really.
Well, then you're missing it.
I mean, some of them, whenever they scream, it's very annoying.
Yeah.
Very overdone, essentially.
Yeah, if I was ever going to watch any of the movies from these people, I would probably agree with you, but it's more of like a conversation about movies and showing off tattoos. It's like it's almost Twitch.
Then why not be on Twitch? Like,
These could be the people who violated TOS of Twitch somehow?
what they do? Show their vagina?
That's what I'm saying, right?
Like,
I mean, because for a female streamer not to be making it on Twitch, you would definitely have to have done something really crazy.
yeah.
Like maybe live sex acts on screen or something like that. Like,
And that will be all over the internet.
Yeah, it would make it to Twitch fails, that's for sure.
Oh, quick. So quick.
Don't they already have webcam websites? Isn't that essentially... Is there already a Twitch for that stuff?
Yeah, but the odd part about it is the audience.
So most of those girls who are making money for that are actually probably making it for like $9.99 every minute or something, I'm assuming.
They're token systems. Token systems for the most part on most of that. And I watched a documentary about like I forget what the hell it was actually about, but there was one cam girl and this guy like from another country. They've been doing these cam things together where he comes in and pays a whole shit ton of money to just like see her and whatever. And after 4 years of this, like he buys her a ticket to come visit him. And then while she was there, she was like, it's really nice and everything. Like, everything's been really cool. She's like, but I'm going to need you to stop coming to my site. Like, knowing the feelings that you have for me, and I got a boyfriend back home that I really care a lot about. And I just don't think it's fair to you because I'm never going to be where you are because of my situation. And so she basically, that was her way of letting him down easy.
So I'm just thinking about that song, I'm in Love with a Stripper.
Yeah, this is on a whole different level.
That's just what popped into my head when you were saying it's like,
but who knows?
Fell in love with a stripper.
Maybe now he's not over there doing that anymore, and he just goes to Twitch where he can watch most of it for free, unless you're part of the recent bonanza of girls that are saying that if you do not like donate and subscribe to them, then you're nothing but a leech.
I don't watch any of them, so no
me neither.
For me.
Me neither, but it's hilarious to hear the opinion of, like, if I come into a channel that is a free channel and I watch the channel without donating or subscribing, that I'm a leech. It's like, well, no,
you fucking scumbag.
You scumbag.
How dare you not pay people money for sitting on their asses all day?
Right?
And just expecting money to be given to them for sitting on their asses all day. I don't know any of these people. Is it even entertaining content? Like, do they do anything, or they just stream games? What do they?
I mean, I could just start sending links of people who have made the ban list of. Fails are really funny.
I'm very confused though.
The bans are only temporary.
If what are you leeching?
Fappertainment? And not paying for my FAP site? I mean, I'm guessing that's what her basic opinion is. The girls who express this is that you're not paying to come there and fap.
But you're doing it anyway.
But you're fapping without paying.
Son of a bitch.
So you're a leech.
Caught rosy-handed.
But
did y'all not see Web Boys salute to Women's Day?
Nope.
Oh, on Facebook, it was the greatest thing, man. He's like, in honor of Women's Day, I'd like to give a shout out to my first and longest love in life. And it's a picture of his left hand. I was like, damn, dude, that's just ruthless.
Oh, man.
I was like, just savage as fuck. I was like, you know that, right? I was like, that's just wrong. I was like, so how hard did Donna smack you after that? I was like, or did she spray some spunk lube on your girlfriend and tell you to get at it?
Probably a good night then.
That probably was first thing in the morning.
I just feel like the people that are trying to call people leeches should just, I don't know, maybe go on a site that, they have to pay before they go in.
Right? Like memberships are required before they enter certain areas. Like if you're mad about it and you know what you're doing, and you can't say you don't know what you're doing. If you're mad about it, then you should deal with that part of it
instead of complaining about it.
Yeah, well, one thing is that you're not going to maintain any honor across the board. Like that ship sailed out the window the moment you didn't wear many clothes to sit in front of that camera. And your camera angle is like straight down into the top of your shirt. Of what little shirt you have. Like when your camera is positioned like here, like
I'll
this.
Stop, dude, I'll stop, all right? I'm sorry. Oh, he's in the eyes.
No, it's his fault because he's angling it in the way that pleases you, okay? I'll just rebutton all of this.
I just like that angle for my camera. I'll stop wearing V-necks, I guess.
Stop wearing V-necks. Yeah, that's never happened.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say, if anybody finds a stream anywhere throughout time of Sohn streaming in a V-neck, please screen cap and send that. Yeah,
report it.
Send that to Thumpin' Loud at Twitter, at Instagram, or on Facebook. Share it to the at Thumpin' Loud page. That way, the guilty party in the V-neck extravaganza cannot trash the image. Just
if that ever exists, I've been taken over by freaking aliens or something.
All right.
It'll be like, that show I just watched?
Oh man, I hope somebody out there can produce one.
Can't remember what's called. No one's going to be able to produce shit, dude. There's barely pictures of me on Facebook.
I was about to say.
I know, right? It's like your profile picture is from how long ago?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't even care.
It was when he first started his account.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Don't take my picture.
Yeah, that's actually your picture on Facebook. You can tell is a "don't take my picture" where you're just like, you're not looking at the camera and it's a middle finger.
You see a lot of the pictures of me on Facebook. There's a middle finger. And there's a reason for that. Fuck you. That's the reason. anyone who looks at it is like, oh, well, fuck you too, buddy.
I'm willing to bet he doesn't want his picture to be taken.
What's James been up to? Oh, yeah, well, fuck you too, man. And then they just leave my profile page. It works out perfect. They're just instantly pissed off.
No, I enjoy going there and catching the funny little quips every now and again that you've blurred out, like the one today.
Oh, I don't remember what I posted.
Your little animated piece today was pretty funny.
Oh, the two pregnant women one thing?
Yep. I was like, yeah, that's pretty entertaining.
Guru, did you see it? It's
not yet.
It's a little
I'm going there.
He's like, not yet. I'm on my way there now.
Yeah.
I'm on my way right now.
Yeah. If two pregnant women fight, does that mean the baby's inside her in a mecha battle or something along those lines?
Yeah. Instead of looking at it as two women fighting, imagine it as two babies in a mech battle.
Yeah. Right.
I kind of want to see that acted out somehow.
Yeah, played out exactly that way.
Yeah. Come on, Family Guy, you can do it. That sounds like something you'd see on Family Guy.
Yeah, that could definitely be a Family Guy thing.
If it's ever on
That's
Family
funny.
Guy, the
Right?
Dandelion did it.
Yeah,
First.
yeah. You heard it here first. If it shows up in a courtroom near you, you never heard it from us.
Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. Delete all footage.
You are no longer an unofficial sponsor of the Angry Dean.
Wipe the hard drives, burn the computer, everything. Just burn the whole house down.
Do it now.
Speaking of hard drives, did you hear about the MySpace accident?
No.
MySpace is still a thing?
Yeah.
What?
Well, when Tom sold it to Justin, it became kind of a music curation of things. Well,
Okay.
when they went to do a server transfer this past week, they lost 50 million songs by 12 million artists.
Hopefully they lost mine that were on there that I made when I was in college.
They no longer exist.
50 million songs by 12 million artists. It was like, holy shit.
That's a fuck up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, sucks to be the people who are still using MySpace.
Right?
There's other programs now. Or
SoundCloud, YouTube,
SoundCloud's like
Facebook.
the main thing for songs now.
Yep.
To upload and get your music out there.
Spotify. I think like every
SoundCloud.
shitty band in the world has their music on Spotify now.
Yeah, SoundCloud and Spotify. Well, that's like the place to get any kind of audio out right now. It's like all the podcasts go to SoundCloud, like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It is like the place to go. You're
Son
going
of a
to
bitch, man. We got to go to SoundCloud, guys, because they would love this crackle.
I apologize.
And still talking about it every week, and nothing's going to change.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think you should take it apart, like right there at the microphone, and wrap it in electric.
For $30 and buy a headset.
Wrap it in electric.
Headset. Yeah, go sell some plasma.
I was gonna say, isn't that how he got Anthem?
I don't know.
Oh, you can't do that for a computer.
Well, people pay for quality, I guess.
Oh, it's only worth a video game. How many people does that take?
I don't have enough fingers or toes.
Oh.
One day I'm just gonna like send you like a Walmart gift card for like $12 so you can buy a better set of headphones.
The funny thing is that it only has a problem on here. Everywhere else, no crackle. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just on here.
Maybe it's a software thing. And
It's likely Skype story. Yeah, it's a audio level thing. I'm sure.
But I have been walking enough at work that I've already got like enough points for another $30 Amazon gift card.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I just go to work and I get free Amazon gift cards for working.
There you go. It's always a good thing.
Yeah. Because I don't fucking move when I get home. I ain't getting no points outside of work. That's for damn sure. But I walk 4 to 12 miles a day at work.
Yeah, that's why you don't walk when you get home.
Precisely.
Damn.
And I'm lazy when I get home. So yeah, everybody's talking to their significant other. I'll talk to my right hand. Hey, Brady, how's it going?
Hey, redhead.
You should draw a little.
You gonna post that conversation
What's
on
going
Facebook?
on,
Oh wait,
Brady?
you are. Well, aside from all of the other babble that we've gone through for the past half hour at least.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, close to it. What y'all been up to this week?
Well, first I purchased the DLC for Civ 6, The Gathering Storm, and there's some cool additions
Me too.
from that. I'm not going to go, I guess, too in-depth on it, but it adds somewhat dynamic weather to the game where, you know, if you put your Civ, you start your Civ or capital or building or anything, you put it next to a river, there's a chance the river will flood and wipe it out. You build dams, there's volcanoes that erupt, and after everything settles from the volcano erupting, the land's more fertile. There's hurricanes, tornadoes, all kinds of stuff like that.
In game currently, I got a hurricane just off the coast of London, and I've got a tornado out by one of my warriors walking around, and we've already experienced 2 droughts in areas nearby.
Oh, damn.
And you can actually, you have to build power plants and stuff like that, and depending on how you build your power plants now, it can actually affect the end game as to, like, carbon emissions and global warming and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten too far into the end game, to be honest with you, because I always just go play online. And those are usually 6 or 7 hour matches that don't even get to the end game.
Yeah.
They do have a new feature where you can play like, I can't remember what they're calling it. But you basically, it's like a long-term game that you take turns on, but it's over the course of multiple days. Like, you get a notification that it's your turn, and then you go you go and take your turn at your earliest convenience. Then it notifies the next person that it's their turn. So
I can see that, like those cross continent and cross world games of chess that people play.
Yeah.
Either there was games that have been played over letters that have taken years to complete and shit like that.
Yep. So that's essentially what those are. But so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of cool. You could really sit down and kind of plot a game out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I played that for a little bit, and then I bought the Division 2 because Anthem wasn't satisfying me any longer. I've got needs, Anthem, and it's not repetitive crap loot.
I need loot.
And then I finally get a legendary, and it's for a fucking storm, and I'm running as an interceptor. That's the last time I actually played.
Yeah, actually, that night
on GM2s, but
that night that was the last time either of us played.
Yeah,
I'm still playing.
I've been enjoying the Division 2. Played some AC Odyssey a little bit too, but Division 2, I'm getting loot. I'm discovering loot all over the place. It plays well. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's the Division, but it plays really well. I feel like the stuff I'm getting matters. I'm only like level 7 right now, but all of my perks essentially that you unlock with like SHD tech or something like that, Shade Tech, I put them all right away into all the XP buffs, so I get XP as fast as possible. So I'm kind of weak right now. I do have some weapon attachments unlocked, and one thing that's really nice is you unlock a weapon attachment, you can put it on any fucking weapon.
Yep.
Scope, barrel or muzzle attachment, stock, foregrip, magazine, all that stuff. once you've unlocked it through the crafting, it's completely unlocked. You never have to do it again.
Yeah, and everything's so dynamic though in the progression too, because all the mods, they're tiered just the same way that your weapons and your gear is. Like everything about that game, I've been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and it's like,
nice
man, it just keeps looking like I want to get in on it.
That's why I ended up doing it, because it's like, dude, I want to play me a looter shooter. We've been dropping frames pretty steady. The boy's probably watching fucking YouTube in his room or some shit. Damn it. Or he's playing Fortnite. But
did he not make the switch to Apex?
Not really.
Hmm.
He's also been playing Rainbow Six Siege. But he was actually telling me the other day that he had 24 kills in a match of Fortnite.
Nice.
So he does pretty well.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Number one game on the internet right now is what?
Apex?
Take a wild guess at what the number one game is.
Apex?
Nope. It is Grand Theft Auto.
Again?
Grand Theft Auto 5. A new roleplay server opened up. And we're talking, let's see, Lyric, Soda Poppin', Summit, Andy Melanakis, all the normal RP people. Like, everybody is over there.
Dang.
Yeah, it is. It's been weird. Like, people who have never played an RP game or never played Grand Theft, like, all of a sudden are over there and playing. It's like, what the hell? What is going on here? I was confused.
I agree with that.
Did not get the message that this was going to be the new hotness. Really
Especially
weird
after this many years.
Right?
Again.
Yeah, which also bothers me about like the upcoming like video game award stuff that's going around, and the games they're talking about getting the biggest nods. Like, you don't hear about people playing anymore. One being Red Dead Redemption 2. That the player base like all in and is pretty much all out. But yet this game,
update,
but this game is still getting awards. It's like, I don't see how you can give them awards if they didn't even entertain a player base throughout their whole game. Like, it was, here's your story mode, enjoy that for a while, and then we're done with you. Go on about your business and go play other shit. And we're going to reap the rewards of all of you people who bought the game when it came out.
Yeah, I didn't buy it for the online I was excited for, but the story was...
Oh, yeah, that was where you were at.
Great.
Well, that was like Webb and his opinion of Call of Duty. It was never about the multiplayer for him. It was always a really good single-player mission campaign. He always enjoyed it. It was always really good. And then they were like, yeah, we're not doing those anymore. Now Call of Duty is just a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, damn. He goes, well, looks like I won't be buying any more Call of Duties. Because now it's out of the wheelhouse of the only reason he actually liked it. But it's kind of sad when you see Red Dead like take that path, because there was so much potential, especially from a company like Rockstar, to take this online experience to a new place, or at least a good place.
Yeah, I can't remember what all they added I know they added some stuff.
Yeah, but when you were just going through the I need to tickle my itch phase of gaming, like that didn't come up on your platform.
Nope, of course it didn't.
Mm-mm.
Red Dead Online. Here we go. Here's an article from Polygon on that. Kick it up here for everyone. Whoa, there we go. All right. Add more story, world events, and anti-griefing. The spoils war game mode, blah, blah, like content. New series additions due later this spring. Spring update promises to continue the main storyline of Red Dead Online, where characters work with Jessica Leclerc to hunt down her husband's killer. All right. Well, that's cool. New free roam missions, new mission givers, dynamic events, ambushes. Okay. Either grieving system track players who inflict damage and those who are defending themselves, allowing them to act in self-defense without incurring a bounty. Man, that's cool.
Okay.
And then they're adding playing styles, offensive and defensive. The offensive playing style will be similar to the existing version of Red Dead. The defensive playing style will be focused on allowing players to navigate the world, fish, hunt, and travel without worrying about hostile contact with players like Weed Lord 420.
That is literally the one they decided to put out there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's a PlayStation. That's a PlayStation account. It is lowercase x, uppercase X, Weed Lord 420, uppercase X, lowercase x. That is a PlayStation gamer tag.
Mm-hmm.
So in defensive mode, players can't be lassoed, and other players can't lock onto them. In turn, they can't. So it's just passive mode. It's all it is passive mode, like in GTA.
Right. Okay.
They also can't be critically hit, meaning even a headshot won't serve as a one-hit kill. This will allow defensive players to defend themselves and engage with other players in a more cinematic, narrative fashion. Interesting.
Wait. Cinematic narrative? You got shot in the head. You got shot in the head, and you're gonna dramatically turn around and be like, "Whoa, bullet!"
Hey, bro. Whoa there. That was my fucking head, dude. So let's talk about this. Press A to say, fuck you, dude.
Dude said, "Fuck you."
Hold in the right trigger to extend middle finger. Hold in the left trigger to say, sorry, bro, my bad.
Hold right trigger and rotate left thumbstick to extend middle finger.
Yeah, there you go. There we go. I just made Red Dead Online a better game.
That's right. It's got bird flipping mechanics.
If I was one of those devs.
I'd make this game so much better.
And there was our Vex Minute.
No comment. Oh, okay. He made the comment. I didn't have to.
We should start having a Vex Minute. Just Vex comes on for just 1 minute and rants about a game for exactly 1 minute. And then at the end of that minute, we just kill it.
Disconnect the call.
You've got exactly 1 minute, Vex. Tell us why you hate this game.
Yeah. Tell us your opinion of this game. We don't need to ask for hate. We just tell him to give us his opinion of the game. We know he's gonna rant.
You don't even have to tell him not to give hate. There's going to be hate.
Yeah, you don't even have to tell him he gets full hate alert. He already is on full hate alert.
And it usually starts with, well, if I made this game. So there's like a few seconds right there of how the argument's going to start.
If I knew what they knew
and made this game.
Yeah, I would do so much better than they did.
It's like, wow, okay. If that's what you think.
It's the way it is. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm still. I don't know. I wish Red Dead got a little bit better. Like, whenever it was first coming out, I was really hoping that the online would already have grown by this point.
Well, and one of the things that bummed me out right off the rip was the inability to have poker because it could be considered gambling.
They didn't have a problem with it whenever it was on 360. Why is it a problem now?
Because the world.
Yep. Times have changed.
The world, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're a moocher now.
A leech.
Oh, leech. My bad. Yep. Bring
leech,
it full circle.
And we can't promote gambling to children.
But again, we didn't have a problem with it back then.
But we can promote drinking.
Correct. And smoking.
And killing people.
And killing people.
We're not. It
and stealing a car.
Yes.
No, this is Cowboys, man. We're different games.
Well,
you started playing a different game.
Yeah, true. You can steal a horse. So stealing horses is fine.
Actually, there is a direct moment that you're supposed to steal
a new one every day on my way to work.
You're actually, there are missions in the game designated to stealing carriages.
Yeah,
where your whole point is to go take somebody's cargo and keep it for yourself.
I steal like 3 horse and buggies on my way to work every day, man. I'm just like, from one to the next, I just jump, you know.
I bet the Amish in your area hate you.
No, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I mean,
I turn the horse around and slap it back at him before I grab the next.
It always ends up back home.
That's a good thing about a horse.
Yep, knows his way home.
Oh yeah, they'll get you to the fucking house. There is no problem with that ever. That's at least that's what my cousin told me. He said he could get blackout drunk at the bar, and everybody in the bar, all they had to do was carry him out to get him on his horse. They didn't care whether it was just laid across his horse or whatever it was. His horse, get him home.
And you can't get a DUI on a horse because it has a mind of its own.
That's right. It is self-propelled.
So that's why every bar should be an Old West saloon, and you can only park your horse there. There we go. I just solved the whole problem with drinking and driving.
Yep, there you go.
Rent a horse-drawn carriage.
No carriages.
Uber. We'll have like an 1800s Uber.
Rent a horse.
Be at your house in an hour.
Mr. Ed's taxi service. Something along those lines.
There you go.
I'm gonna be poor. What a great idea.
I was like, but are you gonna get mad at all those drunk people that keep showing up at your house?
They probably end up getting kicked in the head by the horse anyways, so I'll just have insurance.
Yeah, there's a liability on that, isn't there?
Make them sign a waiver.
That's right. Just in case the horse kicks you.
Paid in full up front, and here's a waiver in case your drunk ass gets kicked in the head by a horse.
And you should sign this piece of paper saying that
I'm not liable for any of your stupidity.
So would they would the horse just be sitting there out front for each patron of the bar?
That's a lot of shit.
Not my problem, dude. Better for the environment, too. Eco-friendly.
Yeah, man.
Although cows do contribute, or livestock emissions contribute like 20% of the world's CO2 emissions.
Yep, which is why cattle and dairy farms have worked so hard over the past little bit to contain and use their methane, which is the primary that comes off of livestock. But they've started
Cow
trapping.
farts are killing the world.
They've started trapping all the methane and stuff like that to try and power the farm equipment.
But cow farts are killing the world.
True. They said humans.
That's the problem with global warming. It's nothing to do with big oil companies. It's all the cow farts.
Yep.
So we're just going to have to put a gas mask or an ass mask on every cow, I guess, or something, and it will filter out all the harmful. There you go. That's just solved the world's problem.
Hey, Guru.
All cows need an ass mask.
Can you read that at all?
Carolina.
Barely.
Anna.
Carolina Canna.
No.
Mm.
This tube contained 2 pre-rolls. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
This tube contained 2 pre-rolls, North Carolina grown. You hear me again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm listening. I got you.
All natural. It's CBD. But these particular pre-rolls were 14% CBD, 3% THC. And I have a they gave us a raw product. They gave us an ointment and a tincture, a little oil.
Mm-hmm.
Like a dripping oil.
Yeah.
Commonly for like tea or like a hot tea or in your coffee or something like that.
Or just drink the oil.
But yeah, so that's what happened over the weekend.
That's pretty neat.
So it was just like, oh.
Door to door?
No, we had to go Friday and pick up our care package for the event that was going to be going on Saturday.
How many people
Gotcha.
do you have to
Gotcha.
fight off of that care package?
None. Me and my girl each got a bag of our own, which contained a tube with 2 pre-rolls in it.
I mean, I'm just surprised it was that easy, and there weren't more people there with that big plume of smoke coming off of it.
A bud and a tincture and the topical powder. How
many kills did you have to get to call in that care package?
None. Not with this care package doesn't. This care package doesn't cause violence.
It prevents it.
That's right. But yeah, that was an event over the weekend. And for you and myself, who know we live in the Bible Belt, you were a lot more concerned about something. I think maybe is a little bit less to be concerned about. I think it's happening a lot faster around you than you would really suspect.
It's getting there.
A lot faster than you'd really expect.
Mm-hmm.
New Jersey actually just voted, and they're going recreational April 5th, I think, is when they go full. It's when the approval goes through. So I told him I'd be coming up and seeing him this summer at some point, going up and seeing Webb and Wren.
Yeah, definitely thought it was going to take a little bit longer than so far that it seems to be going down.
Locally,
yeah, right? Yeah,
locally
right?
grown. Locally grown. What I saw it all is locally grown and processed. I was like, huh. Well, that's interesting. That's cool. And because it's legal in my area, I could show that.
Yeah, right?
That is the other part of that's really cool. It's like, holy shit.
This opens up so many
I am
opportunities.
not in violation of TOS at this point for anybody. Holy shit!
Yes.
Thump's gonna come back next week with dreads and a Bob Marley
Dreads.
hat, listening to some fucking listen to some Rasta music. Tie-dyed shirt.
Tie-dye shirt, yeah.
Be like, man, it's legal now.
Dreading his freaking beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Sunglasses. Not those. Those aren't sunglasses. I said sunglasses.
Oh, he can see the sun in those, I'm sure.
I guarantee you he can.
One would hope. One would hope. If not, I might need a stronger script.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Jesus.
So, I saw something today.
Oh, did you know?
It's going to change the world.
I
Oh,
see something every day. I doubt that it changes the world.
Oh, this will. They're making a Bill and Ted 3.
Oh, yes. The announcement that went live over Facebook.
I saw that. That's going to be good.
Bill
And it's
and
kind of
Ted,
funny, too.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yep.
It's been a long time since we had one of them.
I think I'm going to put...
Turn of the Wild Stallions.
And it's cool, too, because we're also getting freaking Jay and Silent Bob, too, as well. That's been in the works for a while.
Legion M.
Yeah. Like, I know you're on Twitter on there just as much as I am, and he's been posting up pictures left and right of
I get the private
so far.
I get the private email.
Oh, do you?
I am a legit Legion M. Yeah,
Like, I've been,
I get my sneak preview ticket.
both of them's been posting up like so many pics here lately on Twitter, even Instagram, about everything that's been going on the set so far and who they've got going in there. And it looks like it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be good.
Great Jay and Bob movie. I mean, I watch Muse on Facebook, which it's really weird because like he does a lot of Fortnite streaming.
I was about to say, I kind of watched a couple of his streams, and then I was like, it's Fortnite, though.
It's Fortnite, but it's Muse, and a lot of the conversations that go on are more important than the gameplay, really, when it comes down to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm able to put it on over in a corner, especially now that like I got a monitor that I don't have to look at, that can just produce things, and if I need it, I can look at it. That third monitor has been a godsend since I've had it here. I'm like, yes, this is wonderful.
3 monitors is nice.
Oh yeah.
I just found out today that Pauly Shore was near me doing a show, and I was sad because I would like to go see Pauly Shore.
Right?
That would have been pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was just recently. I just saw something with him recently too. Oh, that was an old episode of Futurama. Never mind.
I was gonna say, I think the most recent thing I've seen with Pauly Shore is that Pauly Shore is Dead movie.
No, it's
Yeah.
episode of Futurama came out after that.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, that would be the most recent thing. I think on his filmography list, unless there's like some movies we just haven't even ever heard of. But yeah, where he gets unfrozen out of the cryogenic thing and Fry's working at the cryogenic place, and as soon as Pauly Shore comes out and he's unthawed, like he's like, "Yo, Pauly," he's like, "You can actually live in a biodome now."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Yeah, not really interested." Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Totally different guy.
Oh, he's been busy as hell, dude.
Like I said, a bunch of shit we haven't heard of.
Yeah.
His IMDb has got like shit going on.
He was
Like
in the Hawaii Five-0 TV series in 2015, Workaholics in 2016, Anthony Weiner's Other Sex is a short in 2016. Another TV short. He was in Star versus the Forces of Evil TV series in 2017.
So Anthony Weiner's
He was
short
the voice of Johnny Blowhole.
So he did something with a wiener, a short one. And he's got a blowhole.
Yep. And he's got
this sounds like
he's
Pauly Shore.
got a TV series called Animals that he was the voice of Pat in. He did the Sandy Wexler testimonial. Yeah, he did do that, didn't he, in 2017? That would be the most recent thing.
That would be the most recent thing I think I know of, yeah.
Alone Together TV series. And then he did some live spots in Astronauts TV series in 2018. And then
I heard about Alone Together, but not with him attached to it.
he probably just featured in an episode.
Because that's actually supposed to be pretty funny.
Yeah, he's probably just featured in an episode.
I've been watching a lot of that show Community.
Damn, Pauly Shore Was Dead came out in 2003?
Yeah.
Fuck me, I'm old.
Than you were.
How long did you think it...
I didn't think it was that long ago, dude.
God dang it.
Drink too much whiskey in that time, I guess.
Oh, did you see, what, 2 weeks now? Yeah, 2 weeks from now, we're going to get Stranger Things Season 3?
I watched the trailer today.
Yeah, right?
Yep, I watched the trailer today. It was good. I'm excited. I think this is a interesting direction that they're possibly going to take this season. It's going to be pretty wild. I also saw today a place's soup of the day. Speaking of his whiskey, was soup of the day was a whiskey with H2O croutons.
Hmm.
Nice.
I was like, man, I need to go there and have soup.
Yeah. Can I get a bowl to go?
Yeah, right.
I said a fucking bowl. What is this?
Just throw it.
Can I get a soup spoon, please?
Yeah, right.
My croutons have melted, and now the soup is watered down. I'd like a replacement.
I feel like you would be the person that actually creates the soup Nazi.
Yeah.
No soup for you!
Yes, that bartender would immediately be like that.
Be like, I understand, sir. Here at this establishment, we strive to please all of our customers. Here.
What world do you live in?
Have 3 bowls on us.
What world do you live in? It's definitely not the same world I live in.
Hey, no. It's because the restaurant near him that would serve this bowl of soup to him, he's probably lost enough money in already that he's paid for those 3 bowls of soup.
I don't know about that. I don't really go anywhere.
Wait, hold on. What was
the liquor store that lost all of my money to soup?
What was the tale the last time you came out of that local restaurant that served your whiskey bowls? I apparently bought how many rounds?
Yeah, that's right. I bought
everybody at the bar.
Bought the whole bar round. That's right.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, man. Your soup restaurant nearby. I think you.
It's within walking distance. I don't even need a horse.
That's right.
The only horse's ass going in and out of that bar is me.
Going to get his bowl of soup.
Go in a horse, come out an ass.
That's after 4 bowls of soup.
Mm-hmm. And some chicken wings.
That's some chicken wings.
They serve chicken wings there, man. Last time I was actually there, I had a couple beers and some chicken wings. And some fried pickles, for that matter. But that was
Does that
like
place do chips or spears?
they're the chips. I prefer the spears, but
Really?
nobody in the world does the chips anymore. Yeah, I actually like the spears.
Oh man, we got places that try to do the spears down here, and we're like, "Fuck you, get out of here, get chips, please."
I like the spears.
That's crazy. Like, you're the first person I've actually met that is like, "Yo, I like the spears," except for I guess the people who put spears on their menu. But
Pickle spears are good, man. I don't need pickles on my sandwich. I may just sit there and eat the pickle afterwards.
I like pickle spears as far as pickle spears are concerned, but when it comes to a fried pickle or a fried jalapeno, chips, man, slice that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, man, it's all breading and no pickle. And then all you're tasting is whatever the fuck you're dipping it in.
Well, that's mainly because whenever they slice those freaking pickles, it's like paper.
Yeah,
thin.
some of
Because it's
them
all
you can
breading.
see
That's
through.
how they're making their goddamn money.
Some of them you can
They're
see
selling
through. I don't
you
know. I
bread
don't.
with a little bit of pickle. I want some pickle with my bread.
You should have enough places nearby that you can tell them to buck off, and it means something. So
I've got 2 places like that where we get fried pickles from,
Dude,
and we don't get
town is so
and
goddamn
we
small,
don't we
the
don't get
bar
fucked
is the
over and
biggest
get paper
restaurant in town.
thin.
yeah, I know. And you can walk in there and be like, "I'm not coming here anymore," and they'll be like, "Wait, excuse me."
No, that don't matter. I don't go there that fucking often. Be completely honest with you.
So
I
what?
prefer not to make it a habit of going to bars.
Costs too much.
Mm-hmm. And I can stop.
Fights get started too
I
easily
can,
there
I can,
too.
I can stop at the liquor store on my way home from work and buy a bottle of scotch for $50, or I can go to the bar, have a couple shots and a couple beers for $50.
Even though I have to say I do like a couple of the areas that I've been to in the country that you can go by the bar on your way home and get like craft beers from their brewery.
Yeah, we've got a local brewery.
Get
You can get
Get a 6-pack,
you can
get a
growler.
6-pack and go, or a growler and go. We got a couple grocery stores now in North Carolina that are actually doing those, like growlers. You can just go and get a growler full of whatever craft beer you want and come back and bring the bottle back in exchange.
That's pretty cool.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be using my beer in my company's Culinary Olympics next week, actually.
Proud of it. right?
Nice.
I'm going to braise a flank steak in it and do
Oh.
like a flank steak French dip type of thing. But instead of
Okay.
just doing so I'll braise that, and then I'm thinking like a smoked Gouda cheese on it instead of Swiss. And then instead of doing like an au jus on the side, I want to do like a demi-glace to dip it in, so it'll be a super rich. And then
That sounds like it's gonna be good.
And then I think I'm gonna do some butternut squash fries with a homemade ketchup. A little bit
Oh.
of like Cajun seasoning on the butternut squash, so you have a little bit of sweet heat.
Oh, shit.
And then I want to make some homemade horseradish pickles for garnish.
Mm.
And then just kind of like a Carolina-style sweet vinegar slaw.
Road trip.
I don't know. I got an argument with the Carolina style slaw. Like, because, well, we're a pulled pork barbecue place. When we say let's go get barbecue, that's what it is. It's pulled pork barbecue, and all your barbecue is served with slaw. But our state argues with itself over
Whether it should
what's
be vinegar or mayonnaise based.
over what's right. And there's Eastern and Lexington style barbecue. And Eastern style barbecue is served most commonly with a mayonnaise based slaw, and Lexington style barbecue is served with a vinegar based slaw. There is
So
There
all
is-
slaw is Carolina style. Sweet, selling it.
but there's this one place that's in a little town not far away from here called Kernersville. The place is called Prissy Polly's. And this is a very Christian establishment that does Wednesday night and Saturday night like bluegrass music, and on Sunday there's like some like an evangelical singer, I guess. A Christian singer comes in on Sundays
Getting
and they
that
do
gospel out there.
yeah, do stuff like that. But they're the only place that I know in the state that does the official half and half, where they do half scoop of Eastern, half of Lexington, and they will half you on the slaw as well, and they'll cross it. So you get this is Eastern, this is Lexington, and then this is mayonnaise based, this is vinegar based. So they literally half and half the sandwich the whole way.
Nice.
So each quarter of it is different.
That's pretty cool.
Oh man. But it's the only place in the state that I know of that does like a half and half.
I could get behind that.
Oh yeah, man. It's a great with a side of hush puppies, because
Ooh.
pulled pork only comes with hush puppies. It's just like a rule. But yeah, they do like a pretty their hush puppies are really good. I think the old lady that makes them has probably been making them for like 60 years. Like she's real old, but she back there in that kitchen talking shit and making hush puppies and the banana pudding. Like that's what she does. I don't think she's ever told anybody about how to make it, because you never see anybody else making it. You see people like serving it up in sections, like they get to plate it, but you don't. And it's a family run place, so it's like some of the high school students are the ones that are serving up all the food, literally. Half and half. A true half and half. But that's what my only problem with your Carolina style slaw. I'm like, we argue with ourselves over which slaw is appropriate. We don't claim either one of them. We just fucking we're like, this one's good, but this one's only good on this type, and this one's only good on that type.
I think to most Ohioans, Carolina style is vinegar based. I think that's how we perceive it.
Traditionally, we just call it vinegar-based slaw as barbecue slaw. Because the only time you generally see like barbecue vinegar-based slaw is with like pulled pork. Even though Bojangles, a chicken restaurant, theirs is a vinegar-based, but it's different. It's not. They do like a pickle brine, like a sweet pickle brine, because it's got the same like the little pickle and seeds and all that stuff in it. Like it's that's theirs, which is different from what we call barbecue slaw. Ours is like red vinegar and sugar and cabbage, and that's it. Like maybe some pepper. So that's why I'm like, with Carolina based slaw, I'm like, I don't know what that is, man.
Yeah, it's a vinegar based slaw.
We should have been on Chop and Crock TV.
With some bell peppers and onion and stuff in it, because like normally around here, coleslaw is creamy base, and it does not have like peppers and onion in it. It's cabbage, purple cabbage, maybe a little bit mixed in.
White cabbage,
carrots.
purple cabbage, carrots.
Carrots.
Yeah. Mayonnaise, sugar.
Mayonnaise, sugar, and mustard, man.
Yeah.
That Marzetti slaw dressing.
Okay. See, I know that's different from here, but it's around here. We're just like, there's so many different types of slaw that That's why we don't claim one. Like here, we just don't claim one. Maybe Carolina, we wouldn't even give South Carolina credit for it. Like we'd be like, fuck them bastards. They didn't come up with that shit. Because they try to claim themselves to be a like a barbecue capital all the time too, and it's like y'all learned that from us. It's like we'll give y'all whole hog. Y'all do a pretty good whole hog down there, but when it comes to like traditional pulled pork barbecue, y'all back off. Ours was so good. Somebody got in an argument with somebody a county over about whose was better, and that's where we got Eastern and Lexington style barbecue. And it's funny because Eastern is like every county by the coast up until like Wake County. And then there's Lexington. It's a county all itself. And they're the originator of this particular style of barbecue. And they have a festival every year. They got their street ornaments. You go a place and they got street ornaments kind of that represent the city. Theirs is pigs. There are pigs every fucking where.
Oh, yeah.
Metal pigs that are patchwork painted pigs or one. It's crazy because
sounds like hog heaven.
It is hog heaven. Well, Greensboro, we're big with Cone Denim. Like Cone Denim was founded here, settled its roots here, big cotton counties everywhere around us and shit like that. But Greensboro was the home of Cone Denim. So you walk around our city downtown and it's big metal pairs of blue jeans that are done in all these different styles all over the place. So it's the way, I guess, North Carolina does things. They're like, this is what we make here. Look, it's everywhere. You don't have to ask no questions because we've already told you. When you showed up, you walk down the street and you turn the corner and run into a big metal pair of pants. You're like, oh,
Somebody
I guess
likes their jeans stiff.
Yeah, but
Jesus.
Wrangler,
Someone put a little too much starch on those.
Wrangler's global office is here, and
Hell yeah.
so my girl used to actually do security for them before
Protecting
she got into the drug game.
Right. Pharmaceuticals.
Pharmaceuticals.
Yo, man, I used to slang jeans. Now I slang Tylenol.
No, she protected jeans.
Protect
now
jeans. Now I sell Tylenol.
Now she slings acetaminophen.
So I already got that in Proxen
Proxen.
Fix that headache of yours.
Just gonna say it right now. You sounded like you were gonna say I used to slut there. It almost sounded like you were gonna say slut before you said sling. Because you stopped and corrected yourself.
No, he still sluts. That's why he wasn't going to do that.
That was never even in my brain to be the start of a word.
It sounded like it was not sling. It was leaning towards slut.
No.
Yeah, I actually didn't get that out of that either. But
Nope.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute. Did he just almost?
Guru's over there daydreaming again,
Always, sir.
thinking about sluts. We talked about GTA, and he started thinking about the sluts.
Gotta kill him.
Kill them all.
That's funny. Now that how far into the show are we? And we've managed to avoid everything on our show sheet.
I was about to
Yeah,
say
pretty
that
much.
same thing.
Pretty much, man. Yeah, we haven't gotten anywhere with the show sheet. Just for all those who are wondering, it is almost 2 Google Doc pages long, full of stuff we were going to talk about. And we have gotten nowhere. Y'all want to talk about Stadia?
Yeah. Do you have anything to say about that, Guru? Wow.
I'll pull up the like the keynote here.
Yeah, because this has been shared on every platform possible
Yeah,
through every channel possible.
this is Tech Insider's YouTube, as you can see down there. But so basically, what's going on with this? Google's getting into the gaming market, and it's as simple as they're basically tying it into YouTube.
Everybody thought it was going to be a console, and they were like, "Nope, we're going to skip that part of the equation."
It is a game streaming service through your Android device, your tablet, your laptop, your shitty PC, Guru, your shitty PC.
Or that swanky controller.
Yeah, well, the controller has to connect to a display, yeah, but you still have to have it on one of your displays. But the controller has some cool features to it. But as you'll see in the video here in a second, for you guys, it's on the stream now as I'm talking. But dude moves from a Chromebook to or a Pixel book, sorry, to a Pixel phone, and just like hits play on each one. So my understanding is that this is going to be tied into YouTube. So you just basically hit play now on YouTube, and you instantly start playing the game within 5 seconds.
Yeah, this is direct ported. That if
1080p, 60 FPS.
Yeah, if you do not own the game and you would like to purchase the game, you're watching somebody play live on YouTube. You can join based on a click, and it will get that game available to you. There are speculations across the board on how they're actually going to bring these games to you, whether you'll be able to maybe test games for free, how this will adjust the price points on how games are delivered to people.
Yeah. So what's going to be popping up on the stream now is the controller. So it's all right. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but the controller has some interesting features to it. There's a button on it where you just automatically start streaming it to YouTube.
Yeah.
It has Google Assistant built into it, so you can use voice commands. The controller actually connects to your Wi-Fi itself.
Yes, so it is a Wi-Fi controller. It is an independent entity in your house at the point it becomes part of it.
So it transmits to the Google servers that are running the game instead of to your computer or your tablet or your phone. And so it communicates directly, so you don't have the input lag that you would have going from your computer sending the signal out to the server, it coming back to the server, so on and so forth. So it improves input lag. It's pretty revolutionary idea.
I like the main thing I've heard as far as review wise, just going off of the announcement.
Did you see that little? You should be seeing it right there now. I'll pause it on the stream here in a second. The little Easter egg on the bottom of the controller: up, down, left, right,
left, right, BA start.
Yeah, BA start. Yeah, that's on the bottom of their controller.
Yep.
Little Easter egg there. But
that's the Konami Easter egg drop for those of you who didn't know.
But yeah, so it actually looks somewhat promising.
Well, like I said, the one statement is I think we've just seen the beta of where gaming is going.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Well, you got this is coming into play. You've also got what Xbox has announced for the later this year. That they're going to drop their streaming Xbox One, which is going to be a discless Xbox One. So it's not a new generation of Xbox that's going to be brought, which was what everybody thought they were going to do, was have a whole new generation of Xbox. No, they're going to go ahead and drop this now. Google's going to go ahead and drop this integration of what their plan is.
So
BRB.
Phil Spencer did respond to the whole Google Stadia thing, and I'll just read it right quick. We just wrapped up watching the Google announcement of Stadia as a team here at GDC. Their announcement is validation of the path we embarked on 2 years ago, Project XCloud. Today we saw a big tech competitor enter the gaming market and frame the necessary ingredients for success as content, community, and cloud. There were no big surprises in their announcement, although I was impressed by their leveraging of YouTube, the use of Google Assistant, and the new Wi-Fi controller. But I want to get back to
YouTube, biggest website on the internet.
Mm-hmm. And to be able to play your games from YouTube? I kind of wonder if it's not something I'd be able to tie into, because I'm a YouTube Premier or YouTube Red subscriber already. So I'm kind of wondering if it's not something that would tie into that. But I'll be honest with you, man. I feel like this is something I want to try out if it's affordable right off the rip. Because that would mean that I can play games anywhere.
Yep.
I could sit at work when I'm on my lunch break and play AAA game on my phone. Just to hook up a little controller to it.
Yeah.
Get one of those whole rigs there.
Yeah, because that looked really cool too.
Yeah. When I had to go out of town for shit. But to wrap up what Phil was saying, Google went big today, and we have a couple months until E3 when we will go big. We have to stay agile and continue to build with our customer at the center. We have the content, community, cloud team, and strategy, and as I've been saying for a while, it's all about execution. This is even more true today. Energizing times. So this is an internal memo that Phil sent out that got leaked. So I think we're going to see XCloud be announced at E3. That's what I think. I think we'll see a discless console for sure, but I think we'll see Xbox launch its streaming service. And some of the moves that Microsoft's been making with Steam and Nintendo and all these other guys. So what happens when Steam games are on Project XCloud, when Nintendo games are on Project XCloud possibly? I mean, what? I'd be interested to see what moves Microsoft's been making behind the scenes, because they have been building some serious partnerships with some big names.
Well, and we've called them as we've seen them go out too. We're like, I don't know, man. You're talking about the partnership of like two companies that it's just like, man, if these two guys really are getting together, like this is bigger than anybody's given any of them credit for up until this point. PlayStation wanted to jibberjaw about how it didn't mean shit and didn't want to play in the pool, and you know, all right, well, what's that going to do for them? Rumor is that what is that? PlayStation On is
PlayStation Now.
Yeah, PlayStation Now is supposed to be making a big resurgence, trying to validate itself again, and
the one thing that Google has to its advantage, and hence the reason why I titled this episode "If I Ruled the World," because Google pretty much rules the world. They have everything at Google's disposal backing it, which, in my personal opinion, is bigger than anything Microsoft's got. Look at your YouTube install user base. I mean, like you said, look at their
you got the biggest website
already.
Yeah, you got the biggest website on the internet, but also you've got people. What is it like? Elizabeth Warren, who's wanting to break Google up and wanting to break Facebook up, and
yeah. Well, and I mean, they could do that. Didn't they do that shit with AT&T back in the 90s or late 80s or some shit? They broke up AT&T because they had a monopoly on a certain market. But so they break them up into a bunch of smaller shell companies where Google owns the majority of the stock. Google still wins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because by now, any of your... That's kind of retrograde thinking sitting here that you're going to now break up a company Like these guys are smarter than that. They're not a monopoly. That's what their point is they've allowed competitors amongst the market. They're not restricting any other competitor. They're just not sharing their content.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
You know, so if
I mean,
people like
they have Android also. You know, I mean, Google's got all the monies.
oh yeah. But in an open market, that's just it.
Yeah.
Though it's not that any of these companies are cutting anybody out of the equation and making themselves the only, because there's still others out there. It's just preferred services.
So I like this TechCrunch article, man.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good. I mean, I'm excited to see where it's going to go. I'm excited to see how it's going to affect the future sense of gaming.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they covered a lot of big questions here. What's the game selection like? They even, you know, they dive a little bit into the fact that this is a Linux powered PC essentially. I did find out some info that supposedly it's an AMD graphics powered system, but there's also some confusing specs on it because when they threw up their specs, and I don't have that info for everyone to see, they talk about it having hyper-threading. Well, hyper-threading is an Intel thing. Simultaneous multi-threading, it could just be a typo, but SMT, simultaneous multi-threading, is an AMD thing.
Right.
And I couldn't see them using an Intel chip and an AMD. You know what I mean? That doesn't.
Right.
But I mean, these are fucking, might as well be supercomputers if they're gonna send out shit streaming at 1080p 60.
Yeah, that's the craziest part of it is, and they're saying across all their platform, like no matter where you go for it, you're going to get the same quality of gaming no matter where you go for it.
Yep. So they say they'll be working with external devs to bring all the bleeding edge Google tech to partner studios, big and small. But it does mean that developing for Stadia does require some special developing.
Oh yes.
No clue on cost yet. At this point, it's kind of up in the air. Be interested to see what we hear about that. iOS devices, no mention of it going to iOS. And in the article, they talk about how the App Store is locked out, or Google's locked out of the iOS App Store,
right?
Because it doesn't let you run a store within a store. So maybe they put a Stadia app on iOS, but that's a big question that we don't have an answer for.
You probably won't get a Stadia app over there because if it involves any inter-app purchase, then you're immediately a violation of the TOS of the App Store.
This games you already own thing is kind of whatever. I mean, you're buying into a new service, so supposedly,
well, they talk about
they didn't
some of the
mention
ports.
Yeah,
you'll be able to port some stuff in, is what they're saying, possibly. But we still don't know what that's going to look like.
In this part right here, can you really convert viewers into players? No, but you can build yourself as the biggest streaming platform in the world when anyone who wants to stream can pay a subscription fee and play the newest, hottest game live for all their viewers. You put yourself in a position to compete with Twitch.
Actually, what they've done is follow in that aspect what Twitch and Mixer are already doing. You can, if you're watching somebody play a game on Mixer,
you can buy it.
You can buy it directly through a link in their channel.
Yeah, but you can't just click play and play the game.
Well, no, but we'll see if XCloud makes the progression to that next level when we talk Mixer and XCloud, and like, you know, Microsoft's on its independent path to try and make that all happen too. So,
yep. Next up, they talk about one of the big questions, image quality. That's my big question. a 1080p stream to you that's sending information back and forth. I'll be interested to see what happens with people with poor internet. I don't think this is going to be for you.
Right now, nobody's being recommended on the lower end of internet. Everybody's logically, all the gamers and all the tech people are logically looking at this, that if you're in one of the several cities in this country now that have fiber, this is definitely a service that you're probably going to want to check out. And there are enough of them now that, plus with the Chicago and Minnesota going to 5G as well, like there are places in development making the networks faster for something like this to possibly succeed, as long as the price points are correct.
Well, this article right here actually touches on the whole 5G thing.
And don't say 5.
Yeah. Naturally, counterpoint here is Nintendo's favorite. So they're talking about the portability. They're talking about the Switch. Multiplayer, I don't see why that's even a concern. And then they question the name. So the biggest concern is going to be latency.
Right.
And actually have another TechCrunch article where they apparently got to watch someone play or got to play. Google employee. Okay, let's see. After peppering Google employees with questions regarding Stadia's latency pricings, blah, 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 I got my hands on one of their new controllers and plus play on the Doom 2016 gameplay they were showing off on a big screen. Things started ugly. Frame rate dropped to a fast-paced PowerPoint presentation. The resolution dipped between 4K Christmas and indecipherable blurriness, and latency seemed to be as much as a half second. So they rebooted the system, and supposedly that solved that problem. And to their credit, in the article, they even state that they were on hotel Wi-Fi.
Oh, damn.
So they were on hotel Wi-Fi, and after a reboot, weren't having any problems with 1080p 60 gameplay.
Yeah, and
oh no,
hotel
sorry.
Wi-Fi
Doom 2016 was in crisp 4K. He was able to focus on the game without thinking about the service he was playing it on. So maybe Google has it figured out. I'm just interested to see how it all plays out. So they couldn't get a proper range of where latency fell, but it did say it was less than the time it took for a human to perceive something and react, which another Google employee told them differed person to person, but was generally 70 milliseconds to 130 milliseconds.
Yeah, because Ninja's going to notice that. Shroud's going to notice that. But your boy's probably not going to pick up on it as quickly.
Right, Google confirmed that not all rural users in supported countries will be able to sign up for the service at launch because of distance between data centers.
Oh, well, I'm not going to have no problem here then because we've got a data center not too far away.
Yeah, I have no idea where a Google data center is around me, but so lots of hype there.
Oh yeah, lots of hype.
So I mean, do we really think this is the future of gaming?
I mean, it's one path.
Because I mean, if you think about it, I love using my PC. Cost effectively, yeah, I could buy into a service and just stream to a really nice monitor with a potato PC, but take pride in the PC I built.
Well, yeah, but that's a personal affliction. It doesn't.
Yeah. But you're talking, there's plenty of people with that same personal affliction, as you put it, or addiction to having a badass PC and but that's building it and upgrading it.
That's like cosmetics in a video game.
Yeah.
I don't have to buy them, but there are plenty of people out there who do.
I'm just interested to see if I mean, look at the industries that you're going to kill with something like that.
The question is, have you ever thought that Google was concerned about what industries that they will be putting out of business?
I'm not really saying Google's concerned about it. I'll be interested to see how the shift goes if this is what it sets out to be. If these services that are upcoming are what they set out to be and do what they're able to do.
There's an evolution.
No need for a console anymore. Go out and spend $100 on a controller.
There's
$20 a month or something, and you got every game that's dropping.
There's an evolution that we're eventually going to have to go through, where there is the next thing. The next thing in gaming, I mean, it was pinball. And then people had to get used to Pac-Man. And then Pac-Man could be played in your living room. Yeah. So there's evolution that's going on here where the video arcades, they kind of died out. There's a weird kind of reemergence that came out with a lot of barcades. Dave and Buster's, or a bar in your area that's got a lot of old arcade games, or even now new arcade games. Arcade games are kind of finding a new little center for themselves in a lot of metropolitan areas. I don't know about, I don't know if Salisbury's got its own little barcade somewhere, $10, what the fuck. I don't, it is going to have that kind of place, but, we're eventually going to get to a point where streaming content, no matter what the content is going to be the choice. Whether it's movies, whether it's video games, whether it's your TV shows, whether it's conversations on the fly instead of actually fucking picking up a phone, just like Google can do for you now, where you just go, hey, call this person. And you can do that. Now we can video call through our little home, our Google Home screen that we have. Mm-hmm. Like, we can do video calling directly through that thing. So it's not like I need any of this in order to do that. I prefer to have this. But at some point, if I can not have this and still get that same experience, I'm gonna probably convert to that experience, and are we really going to concern ourselves about it? At some point, all of this has got to change. If it just stays the same, the innovation's gone. The development of the cycle is over, and more than likely we've all just fell over and died already anyway. So you talk about putting, graphic card companies out of work, or
AMD's making some bank on this, because I'm reading through I just went straight to the Stadia.dev.
Yeah.
And AMD. So it is AMD GPUs. They're custom data center solutions. There's some drivers going on, but this is some pretty cool tech, really.
Actually, y'all remember that Atari was supposed to be releasing another console coming up?
Yeah.
They just announced, I put the article into the show sheet as well.
I was actually just reading some of it.
But they've just recently switched over to AMD in their machines. So now it's delayed that machine because of this new hardware change that they went with.
About the Atari console, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at it from that angle as well, AMD's kind of trying to position themselves for this next jump, possibly, or either they're all in on something that may or may not take off. That's kind of where it's at. It's either gonna happen or not. You hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, VR's dead." Well, if VR is dead, why is there a new Oculus Rift coming out? Why are they still working on the HoloLens 2? Why are if VR is so dead, then why is VR chat one of the most thriving games right now? Why is there still so much development in that field if it's a dead technology?
Yeah, it's definitely not dead because, like you said, VR chat is really big for VR in general.
But when you look at everything.
So this Atari console is going to be running on a custom dual-core 14-nanometer Ryzen chip.
Yep.
With very good graphics. What's surprising to me is that it's only dual-core. I guess if you're developing specifically, well, no, it's not just supposed to have Atari games, old school Atari games on it, man. It's supposed to have newer games on it. And it's going to have native 4K.
Yeah.
So that must be a serious fucking chip. Is what I'm saying.
But it's an Atari, so it's simple. The original Atari, when it first hit, was better than the Coleco or Intellivision, but it was simple.
There's nothing simple about it, man. It's just a modern gaming console. Look at their fucking controller. It's a goddamn Xbox controller.
Yeah, it is.
No, look at their
the stick right next to it.
I was gonna say, look at their gaming controller. It's still a fucking Atari controller.
The controller you're gonna be playing all the new games with is sitting on the left. You're gonna get your retro fix with the one on the right. That's just a bonus to hit you right in the retro feels.
Mm-hmm.
Get that nostalgia going, so you spend money on their console.
Hell yeah!
And the console itself looks really nice.
Well, it's got that classic look.
Atari
It's
wood
black
grain.
and wood. It's black and wood grain. What?
Yeah,
please.
Man. But
what I like about what they kept with the controller is what nobody seems to point out, that red dot.
Yep. On that thumbstick.
That red dot, like everybody
on the thumbstick.
Yeah, you gotta get that red dot. That red dot is so appropriate.
Yeah, it's distinctively Atari. But yeah, dude, that's a fucking Xbox controller, man.
Oh, all day.
It is. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Like even with the Google controller, that's an Xbox controller.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, it's a weird hybrid. It's a little longer. It's got some weird buttons in the middle of it that for multifunction.
And the sticks are dead.
Yeah,
like
they're even.
They're PlayStation style sticks on Xbox styled controller.
Yeah. It's a weird hybrid. I'd like to see what it feels like for myself.
But yeah, the Atari one's hands down an Xbox controller.
Oh yeah, that is an Xbox Elite controller.
Yeah,
because it's got the dome directional pad, the inverted dome directional pad.
Yep. While we're on the topic of consoles, I thought this was kind of cool. I'm going to throw it up for a second. We can discuss. Now, this only covers like 2,500 people, but it's a PC Mag survey. Y'all will see it up on the stream for...
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Rates who's playing what consoles in what states. Now, like I said, they only had like 2,700 or 2,800 people respond.
I wish I would have gotten this as a survey.
Yeah, right?
But West Virginia and what, Montana are the only
PC central areas. Yeah, I'm actually so shocked to see the red belt.
Right along the Mississippi there.
It's like, what? And then what happened in Louisiana? Like, why does every state in that row but Louisiana? Like,
they're the only PlayStation, yeah.
Like, what happened there? But
so it would have been nice if it continued down, yeah.
Actually, if we can vouch for the Alaska part. We know most of those people up that direction are really Xbox people.
Oh, yeah.
My My question
there's a little validity to that. We could look at that and go, yeah, we know a lot of guys up there are all about that Xbox life.
2,033 U.S. consumers in February. So out of 2,000 people across the U.S., this is what they came up with. So my question to you is how valid and accurate do you think this is based
It's
on
a
what
small
we know?
sample.
Based on what we know about console sales around the world.
It's wildly inaccurate. It's a good fluff piece when you really look at it and take it for what it is.
As an Xbox fan, you're like, oh, fucking A. But then you look that they only surveyed 2,000 people out of billions.
Yeah, but a lot of those Xboxes, I feel like, are also PC. That or
I was gonna
straight
say
up PC.
the Xbox logo being up there is kind of odd because is it Xbox now or Microsoft? Are you a Play Anywhere guy? Is that why you're part of that equation?
Mm-hmm.
You know, did they take PC votes away because it was Microsoft oriented? Like
31% chose Xbox, 28% prefer PlayStation, 21 are Nintendo, and 20 of their survey were PC.
It's weird that
this math doesn't really feel accurate when you start looking at the percentages.
It's weird that PC Mag got a lower end of PC response to their survey.
Yeah. This is true. I just
It's interesting. I mean, it's fun to look at, especially being an Xbox fan like us in the group. If our preferred console is an Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
More than half of the PC gamers also have an Android phone, which is 9% higher than any other group of gamers surveyed. PC gamers are also the most connected. They're the most likely of all gamers to own up to 10 different connected devices, including other consoles. This is true.
It's true.
My phone's right here. My tablet's right here. My Xbox is up there. I mean...
My phone's right here. My tablet's over there. My Xbox is right there. Yeah. I got an Xbox One X in the living room. My girl's Nintendo Switch is right over there by that.
I almost bought a Switch the other day, dude. I was so
got
close.
Another PC in the living room.
I want to exchange our Wii for a Switch really bad. But yeah, I got my Xbox, old school PlayStation that never even got looked at. The Wii laptop's usually always by my feet or on the table.
Just reminded me of another meme there. I dropped my Nintendo 3DS. It's broken. Somebody call an ambulance. Wii U, Wii U, Wii U.
And then, of course, we got the emulators, like the old Nintendo emulators.
You know the ones I've been really looking at and almost like because I got this extra room over here that nobody really uses and I like to start to see something come out of that instead of like nobody using the space in my house. Those mini arcade machines.
Ooh.
Like they're not real expensive.
Mm-mm.
They seem most of the reviews I've seen on them have been pretty good, except for the rollerball on them seems to either be sticky, like it doesn't move like it needs to. It's clicky for the rotor dials. Like any of the stuff that's supposed to move really smooth seems to kind of be a little gummed up. But they said buttons and joysticks on them all seem to work really good. The games play really well. And they're not really expensive, and you get a mini arcade box to put in your space. And I got the space for it. If you were to see that room, we've clearly got the space for it. So,
all right, yeah, I've seen it before. Whenever you were talking about it, like that, doing something with that room.
Yeah.
Deus Ex and Vampires on Game Pass.
Oh yeah,
The
I
game,
put that.
the game I never finished. The game
I
I
put
owned,
that in
played
there.
for
I
10
put that
minutes when
in
I was
there
drunk.
just to. I put that in there just to grind your gear. Actually, was exactly why that article's there. Is I was
do want to
wondering
play
if
Mankind Divided. I
I
haven't
was
bought it.
wondering. I was wondering if you'd see Vampire in that list of things and be like,
I didn't even click on it, dude. When we're doing this, a lot of times I'll just read the actual link, and it tells me what what we're going to talk about, based on
Right.
just the title. And I saw the Vampire in there. I should probably play that game sometime, dude. I bought it when it first came out. I literally played it for like 30 minutes, but I was so fucking drunk.
yeah, I was going to
And
say
I was
that.
about to say the
And
only
I
time
never went back to it.
That was hammered. Oh, suck your blood. No,
It's
you're
like
gonna suck on, you're gonna suck on that drink and call it a night.
That's exactly what happened.
the only time we ever heard you play that game was, all right, I'm pretty shit faced. I'm gonna play this game. It's like, is that just your drinking game? Like at this point?
Yep.
No games
Drink.
are my drinking games.
Drink whiskey, drink blood. Drink whiskey, drink blood.
I can't drink and continue to game once I hit a certain point, and you know that
Blah.
well.
Blah 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 blah.
That's when the music comes out, and I just annoy people with that.
Yeah.
That's when overpriced garbage decides to cooperate.
That, and also he hits up Facebook and starts trolling people with just random fucking songs that he thinks that suits that moment in time. Or he'll find a certain song
No,
and
it
he's
does
like,
not suit anything that they're saying. It's complete opposite of
That
what
is
their
true.
post is about. It makes no
That
sense.
is-
It has no place being there.
It suits the troll just fine.
Yeah, suits the troll.
there were so many people that got that one song that night.
Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way.
Yeah.
I had a dude I haven't actually talked to in person since I was probably 8 years old. And he and his woman have a joint account. And so I threw that up on one of her. She's like, "Who the fuck are you? Why would you post that here?" It's like, that's for fun.
I think that night you literally had a conversation with somebody or whatnot with just songs.
Yes, that did occur that night.
I don't remember that.
It was
something
unique.
something would be said and he would retaliate with a song.
yeah.
I could see that.
Oh,
That
it's-
sounds like fun.
I was like, really?
I don't have any plans for Saturday night. Maybe I'll buy a bottle of scotch this weekend.
Bottle of scotch and
Ruin Facebook for all of the people who were foolish enough to be my friend.
all right, so we're gonna do a 48-hour block on Sown.
On this day. At this time.
9:54.
Mhm.
Got 6 minutes, Radio Land.
Yeah.
And according to how he feels, you might have 6 minutes Facebook or YouTube.
They got 6
Yeah.
minutes. I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta get food going and everything else, and then
He said I gotta get food going and grab that controller.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm checking. I'm getting certain things ready here. All right.
Yeah, so
I
he
also
doesn't
gotta
have to
cook.
worry about the food. He'll be like, look, I'm in this game.
So a 1 terabyte SSD for 100 bones.
Slightly over.
QVO. First consumer grade quad. So such as
I thought that would be.
so it's not going to perform as well as TLC NAND and so on. It's because it's QLC NAND, so it's not going to be as fast as your 860 Evos and your 860 Pros and 970 Pros and 960 Evos and all that bullshit. But that's 1 terabyte SSD. I would assume it's still faster than your standard spinning HDD. And the space saving going from a 3.5-inch thick ass fucking drive to your little 2.5-inch SSD. That dude, I'm about to spend $100.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the cool hair
Although
dryer
I could just
breeze across your tank that would just be like,
yeah, dude, but the 860 EVO 1 terabyte's going for 148. I'd almost rather spend the extra money and get
I'd
an
spend the
860
extra
EVO.
and get the, yeah, I'd spend
I
the
mean,
extra money and get the Evo.
I've already got two 850 EVO 500 gigs in RAID 0, so I already have a 1 terabyte RAID 0 SSD. But I do have a 1 terabyte HDD that I could get rid of.
Right. Slide it over to the boys' machine.
Well, he now has he actually has a 240 gig 860 Evo that I put in his computer this year, and he has a 2 terabyte Seagate Barracuda HDD.
Oh.
His computer's set, dude. That was a fun little build the other weekend. Little micro ATX build. That was fun. There was no reason to put a custom water loop on a Ryzen 1500X. But when you got the shit laying around the house, you might as well use it, right?
Right?
Right.
I mean, it's there. Be ashamed to waste that money.
Yeah. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could have a Super Potato PC and give Guru when this launches. Oh, we'd have to both have the gaming service. I was gonna say I can give you my old. It's like it's not even FX. It's a AMD like. Fuck, I can't even remember what it is. It's an APU, but it does have 32 gigs of DDR3. I do have a bullshit 500-watt power supply. I could assemble that in like 2 seconds. It'd be a matter of putting it in my shitty $40 Thermaltake case and sending it down the road.
And getting it to squeeze in there.
I think it's hilarious how he says a shitty $40 case, and then me and him both sat back one day and just in awe of a $40 case going, damn, this thing's pretty fucking cool.
Oh no, this one looks like your standard like PC tower. It's all black matte steel.
I got an Asus in the closet back here behind me that's the same way.
Yeah, that was the boy's first case, and he's had 2 since then. Jesus.
That was the Asus was the one that inspired me to start building. I looked at it and I was like, I bet I could do something to this. And I changed out my very first component in it and was like, oh, we got to do more.
That's what happened to me, dude. I put a graphics card in my HP Pavilion tower that had this AMD processor in it that I'm talking about, this APU.
Yeah.
And I put that graphics card in and I was like, this isn't enough. I had to upgrade the power supply, of course, to put the graphics card in there, but
right.
And I added 32 gigs of DDR3 from the 8 gig one stick of whatever brand, probably A-Data or something stupid like that. But yeah, then I was like, no, this will never do. And that's when I moved to an i5 6600K and a 970 with 32 gigs of DDR4. And then I moved to a 7700K and 2 1070s. Then I got rid of the 1070s and got a 1080. Then I got rid of the 1080 and got a 1080 Ti. Then I got rid of the 1080 Ti and got another 1080 Ti. And then I upgraded the processor, changed the motherboard twice. This is all since 2015.
Yeah.
This is all within the last 4 years.
Yeah, 1 minute on the radio land.
And while we're talking about PC parts real quick, I guess I'll just throw out there that ray tracing is coming to Pascal architecture. It's going to run like shit.
Yes. It's going to be the clean side of the turd.
Yeah, it is going to run like shit because it's not designed to run ray tracing. But
I couldn't believe that they announced that it's going to be able to run on the 10 and the 16 series.
The reason they're doing that is so devs have a reason to develop for it, because everybody will be able to see it at least on their 10 series GPU. And hopefully that if they see it, they believe that it's what they need, and then they upgrade, and then devs are like, our people want this ray tracing technology. So what happens when the Stadia releases and no one,
you don't need none of it.
No one needs it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big game changer one way or the other.
Land. What happens when you don't need any hardware anymore?
It becomes the skin in Fortnite.
Yeah, hopefully the foreskin.
Yep.
Because all these tech companies are fucked.
It's the foreskin that sits on your desk. All right, bye, Radioland. It was nice talking to y'all tonight.
Toodaloo.
But yeah, this is kind of where my brain's at with all of this Stadia and this cloud gaming stuff is. Where does this whole hardware industry end up? I mean, you know, Nvidia's doing their whole smart car thing and supercomputer thing. They're going to have revenue. But what made these companies big is gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what kicked graphics processors into high drive was mining, though, not video games.
I don't. It caused a boom in the industry that didn't last very long.
Oh no, the bottom fell out of data mining.
But
out of Bitcoin,
that made them a good bit of money, but they also overproduced and lost a ton of money because they overproduced, predicting the mining boom to go somewhere. Nvidia was actually like walking back stuff like, hey, we thought we were going to get this. There was a mining hangover. We had these extra 10 series cards laying around because we thought more people were going to buy them. So the mining boom was also a mining kick in the nuts to these guys.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they've already started to diversify based on that inflection of what came to the service, knowing that isn't where
NVIDIA's
they necessarily need to be.
Yeah, NVIDIA's been doing the whole smart car AI bullshit since before the most recent mining boom anyways, but PC gaming is what got them all to where they are.
Well, yeah. Well, it's what's got a lot of these people to where they are. Not for anything. Yeah, I was gonna say not for anything. YouTube's kind of the nudge that Google got.
About the volunteer fire siren.
That's okay. Google got the nudge by YouTube when gaming videos hit the market so heavy for their platform. They knew at that point where gaming developed their platform. They listened to the people that were coming to their websites. So NVIDIA, AMD, they're going to be fine. They're going to diversify just like any growing company will. And if not, they'll just die out like all the dead companies of the past did. It is grow and continue to develop into whatever the market's going to be, or hang your hat up and, be like, well, it was good while it lasted. I don't see, like I said, it's the evolution that I don't see necessarily them missing as much as maybe just modifying their personal platforms to still maintain a level of relevancy in it all.
I just want to know who NVIDIA is going to jump in with for this game streaming service.
Microsoft.
No way, man. You got AMD chips in Microsoft consoles. You got AMD chips in every fucking major console.
Yeah.
Where does NVIDIA fit in besides your fucking Audi smart car?
That's it.
In deep learning.
They'll be in your next Ford Focus.
I ain't buying a Ford Focus. Fuck that. I'm going to get a shitty pickup truck, or I'm going to get a fucking older Dodge Challenger SRT. I'm going to have a fucking midlife crisis and drive really fast and wreck into the river.
Here you go. Shitty pickup truck. You're not the only person who thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, see, Lady Gaga knows. She's ugly as sin, but she knows.
She literally owns and drives a 1993 Ford Lightning pickup
Yeah.
truck.
Well, she's got a bigger dick than me, so. All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to end these streams.
It's been fun, streams.
Yes, it has.
We'll start with saying bye, Facebook.
Bye, Facebook.
Bye, YouTubes. Thanks for watching. See y'all next week.